Welcome to another episode of the State of the Bulldogs. Sam, Mike, Jeb, and Grant. Grant, I thought you and Blake did a great job last week. Blake, thank you for coming on, and Grant, thank you for wrangling him in. That was fun. I wish we could have been there.
Yeah, I had to get some reinforcements. He gave me the same line that Mark gave us. He said, "I guess I'm not cool enough like Becker Bucky to get on." I said, "Okay, it's not. We'll figure this."
I mean, no, he's correct. That's correct.
So I told him over the summer we'll get it all. We'll do the usual interview stuff if y'all want to.
Yeah, and he wants to be on Jeopardy, which is we're totally game with.
It's a little unfair, but we'll have him on. It's cool.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
I
mean, you can, Grant, you're the one that makes it. You can skew it.
That's true.
We're waiting on
Should we
him.
throw it back in the mix? That's
We're waiting on him to facilitate that ESPN buyout of the podcast. That's what we need.
Exactly.
Give us that Pat McAfee money.
That's
Omaha
right.
Productions set us up. Yeah, Peyton, can you help us out? Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Well, anyway, boys, we have a SoCon tournament. Women's bracket set. Ain't gonna lie, did not love it when it came out. All the tiebreakers were going crazy with the results this past weekend. We did what we needed to do. The rest of the league did not comply if we wanted to avoid Furman because that is who we got. Oh, the Wofford loss is really, really biting us because they finished as the 2 seed. So, just running through the bracket first, and then we'll talk about it. ETSU conference champs. Grant, do you know when the last time they were conference champs?
That is a great question, but they did. I could look it up, but they did post something the first time ever in school history that the men and women on ETSU side both won the regular season.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yes, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
So ETSU with the 1 seed. Wofford in the log jam came out on top with the 2 seed. Samford the 3 seed. Mercer the 4. Western, surprisingly, the 5 over Furman the 6. And boys, what did I say? Did I not say about a month ago that UNCG would find themselves playing on Friday? Well, UNCG is taking on VMI in the 7-10 game, and UTC and Citadel taking on 8 and 9, tipping off Friday at 5 o'clock. So, bracket set. We're on the side with Furman and Wofford. You can't even make it up. You can't even make it up.
Now, 2020, the last time ETSU won the regular season, the 2017 before that. So, was the last time ETSU.
Well, good for them. Good for them. Yep. Mike, what was your reaction when you saw the bracket?
Like you said, Sam, we did everything we needed to do, and we still draw Furman. I honestly, maybe would prefer playing Friday knowing that we don't have to play Furman on our path to championship because we never beat Furman.
I think I agree. I think I would rather play VMI and then Wofford.
And honestly, this year, outside of ETSU, I don't know that there's a favorite in this league. So what's the benefit of being a 2 seed, 3 seed, 4 seed, 5 seed? Doesn't really matter. We get that Friday bye, which is great. Yeah. But I don't really care who we play. I just didn't want to play Furman.
I know. It's unfortunate. In this scenario, being the 2 seed is nice only in that regard. Because you're right. UNCG could beat Wofford on Saturday. Chattanooga, well, I'm not going to say Chattanooga Citadel could beat ETSU. That's not going to happen. But Mercer Western certainly could. So it's all up for grabs, and I just wish it wasn't Furman. Why does it have to be the team that has our number?
It is frustrating because, obviously Mercer finished as the 4 seeds. They're not a bad program, but if we just beaten Mercer in the midweek, we would have had that 2 seed and then get a little bit of an easier first game matchup with hopefully a tired team playing that 7-10. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. And the recipe for Furman is you're just hoping that they are not hitting on all cylinders, because that seems like the case when they're losing, that their offense is just not as effective. I don't know how much credit you can give to the opponent's defense, but it just feels like Furman gets unlucky when they're not scoring consistently, and that is not something easy to root for. With that said, we are playing really good basketball, so Maybe we'll just win straight up this time, even with their star freshman going off for 30.
Yeah, the FanDuel odds, to Mike's point, kind of point that out. No one really knows. ETSU plus 190. Then you got Mercer at plus 440. Samford and Furman are now both at plus 480. Then you got Wofford at plus 700 before you get to Western at plus 1200. So, I mean, that's basically.
See, that's crazy. The value's Wofford because it's all even odds, really, to me.
Yeah, the 2 seed in your tournament has the 5th best odds in
That's wild.
the tournament.
Man. Yeah, the fact that Furman, the 3 seed and the 6 seed have the same odds. The 2 seed has worse odds. I am surprised ETSU is even in the minus range.
Yeah, I'm
Especially,
that
I
as
mean,
well.
I guess they do. I guess they do have Mercer and Western. Like it's an easier path. I would even say like UNCG is more difficult than UTC, Citadel, and maybe even Western. So maybe they were looking at it from that angle. Because I mean, if let's pretend we beat Furman, okay, great. Then we probably have Wofford, great, awesome. And then we're finally in the championship against a team that we've already beaten, no matter who it is on that side of the bracket. And then you can feel good. But until that point, it's a hairy ride.
Or you can just bet 100 on VMI at plus 30,000 and you'll win $30,000.
You mean lose 100? That's what you really mean, Grant.
Hey, they do have the
and we do not
SoCon
condone
preseason player of the
sports
year,
betting.
if that matters, right?
Yeah, don't disrespect
Oh.
the troops. I don't know if he's going to play, but don't disrespect the troops like that.
Yeah,
Sam. Come on.
let's talk about the SoCon Player of the Year, because Grant, I was joking with you before we started recording that SoCon Hoop Central, or forgive me if I'm not saying it completely correctly, but the Twitter
Close
account
enough.
that everybody knows what I'm talking about. They go, basketball is not all about scoring points. Yeah, it is. it really is just all about scoring points. Because they were trying to say that Jaden Booth shouldn't be the player of the year because all he does is score. And I'm sitting here like, in what can we think of a year where the leading scorer of the league did not win player of the year? Has there been a year where that happened? I don't think so. I think maybe who was the big man for UTC? Didn't he win? Or no, he got hurt, right? He got hurt, and that's why he didn't win that year.
Jake, come on, Jake. What's his last name?
Yeah, Jake Stevens.
Sam, I don't completely agree with you. I mean, there's a lot more to basketball than scoring, and I do think there are more well-rounded players in the SoCon. But looking at the numbers, and Grant, if you want to talk about comparison to that one Wofford player from a few years ago, you're welcome to. But like Booth is shooting over 43% from three right now, which is 11 percentage points higher than the next closest player.
It's absurd.
No, I'm sorry. That number's not completely right. But regardless,
it's close enough.
He's balling out.
Yeah, and here's what Lenny said post game about Jaden and kind of the season that he's had. If you guys want to hear that,
let's hear it.
When Jaden came here, when I got to see him work out for the first time, I'm like, that's a little different. And he started at Tulane with 30, whatever he had, with 9 threes, and then to bookend it with that tonight. There's really good players in this league, a lot of really good players. But if he's not the player of the year, I mean, I don't know what else he's got to do. I mean, he's been just incredible. And I told the team, as I've said this to you guys a lot, is if you could see what kind of teammate he is every day, like he's encouraging, he sets an example. So anyhow, I'm in a good place. That was a good win. That was really good. I'm happy for our team.
Was a good win, and dropping a 40 bomb is some kind of statement heading into the SoCon tournament. So, and Mike, you're right. There is more to basketball, and there are certainly more well-rounded players. I mean, Faulkner is a more well-rounded player than Booth.
I would say Faulkner,
but give me Steph Curry all day over a guy who.
Oh, I would say Faulkner deserves to be in the conversation. I don't think he should win it, but I think he should be in the conversation.
He could have. If he had not started so slow in conference play and in non-conference play, he probably would win it because he's so good defensively, rebounding, and scoring. And it just so happens it's a down year for Bigman in the SoCon, so he was basically able to have his way in most games in the paint. Which is kind of, we can talk about that a little bit. I think that's our X factor in the SoCon tournament is Faulkner. I mean, you got Booth draining threes. If you're going to win, you're assuming someone else is going to step up. But if Faulkner can just keep dominating,
yeah, it'll be tough.
Efficiency wins tournaments.
It'll be tough against Furman with Bowser back because we haven't played. He's playing now, right? Big brother Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't played him this year, so that's what's frustrating about the two losses against Furman is we couldn't even beat them at partial strength. So
I know it's infuriating.
But with a big guy like Bowser down low, that's definitely gonna eat into Faulkner a little bit with his ability to get rebounds and kind of dominate down the post.
It will. It'll be a challenge, that's for sure.
Yeah, and here's that comparison.
He's risen to him each game.
Here's that comparison with Jaden Fletcher McGee. Jaden McGee, the 2018-2019 SoCon Player of the Year. Jaden, 21.2 points per game, 3.7 boards, 43% from three, 87% from the free throw line. Then you go over to Fletcher, 20.3 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, whatever, 42% from three, then 91% from the free throw line. Like insane how
that is insane.
Semi-close those numbers are.
However, several caveats. SoCon was better at basketball at that time. So it was a more competitive conference. 2, Wofford was really, really, really good at basketball. We're just good. So he was the best player on a great team. Booth is the best player on a good team. So the numbers are close, but contextually, I don't think it's that close.
Yeah, Fletcher's in a different era too, where those guys obviously were there all 5 years, and Samford the new era, obviously with the whole new team and da-da-da. Yeah, Furman's got the top defense throughout, or sorry, the second best defense throughout conference play. Samford's right behind them at thirds. Furman has struggled behind the three-point arc, though.
Which is shocking.
Can kind of get them exactly. They're 30. They shot 32% from three in the conference play, which is good for eighth. Only Citadel and VMI were worse. So, I mean, they make all the threes against us. I mean, what's a factor there? But I don't know.
What's new? I mean, yeah. And with our luck, they're going to have some cat who comes off the bench who doesn't really play go off for 20 with 5 threes. And we're like, who's that guy? We don't know.
Yeah, the first matchup was the Alex Wilkins show. He had 28 in that one, 77, 73. Furman over Samford, like Mike said, Bowser didn't play, someone else didn't play. Jaden Booth only had 12 points in that one. Dylan had 19. I don't think Will Shaver's going to score 15 points again, but I mean, he scored 15 points that night. And then you go to the second matchup, Furman won by 5. Wilkins played 21 minutes, but still had 20 points. It was Tom House who came back from injury. He had 21, and then on Samford's side, Jaden had 23, and Dylan had 19. And Samford lost both games at the free throw line, missing multiple free throws, leading to both those losses. So, I mean, those are the two factors. Samford's gotten that third score as of late. Over the stretch, can they kind of get that going, which they did have in the first 2 Furman games?
Yes. I mean, that's the key, scoring. But I thought, guys, that points weren't everything. Scoring points wasn't everything in basketball. Oh, wait. Yes, it is. Never mind.
Well,
talk to me like the Golden State Warriors who won 4 or 3 NBA titles because they just dropped 150 points a game.
When you let Alex Wilkins score 20 points in 21 minutes, that's so frustrating.
You tell me that's not a good recipe, Mike?
Looking at Furman's roster, I just cannot wait to not have to watch these guys next year. Like Ben Vanderwall, he's been there since this podcast started. This podcast is like, how old?
Correct. This is our 4th year.
Okay, we're not as old as I thought we were.
We're 3.5 years. 3.5 years. No, we saw Vanderwall as a freshman. I think maybe he's sophomore. Maybe he didn't play as a freshman.
With how like mediocre and average Furman's been over the last few years and our record against them, you got to think that it's like flipping a coin. Eventually, we're going to regress down to the mean, right? And it just hasn't happened yet. So it's like,
correct.
Maybe now's the time.
The last time we beat them was in Asheville, so you got that going for us.
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, but we had Jermaine Marshall in that game.
Yeah, 2 years ago. They knocked us out last year.
But they knocked us out last year when Tom House went off, right? And he scored like, how many threes did he hit? Like 9?
Correct, yeah.
No, not 9. That's a lot. but it was a lot.
No, but like
All-
6 or 7. Yes.
Gosh, like look
all
at
of
his
them?
little
Let's see.
afro. It's terrible. That's what I look like in middle school.
He was 6 of 7 for 3. He was 6 of 7, and then Nick Anderson was 6 of 9. They were
Nick
17
Maybe it was
or
Anderson,
29
dude,
for the
Nick
game.
that-
Anderson.
That guy was annoying.
Well,
I mean,
then PG
part
had
of me loves
24.
it. Part of me loves that, like, we have a really, like, hyped up first game. You know, we're not playing a team that's like, Well, like, we get to play a team we really don't like. And that's fun, right?
No, because we're gonna win, and then we're gonna go on that emotional high of beating Furman, and then we're gonna lose in our second game to.
No, but see, that's the glory, Mike, of the portal era. These guys have no emotional hatred of Furman. They don't care. This entire team has not gotten their their hopes dashed by the same team that feels like over and over and over. For any returners next year, if we lose, they can hold on to that feeling. But I think
That's fair. We
I
need
think
we need
they'll
Jermaine
be
Marshall to
emotionally
come
steady.
to Asheville and give a little pregame hype speech to these guys.
Yeah,
remind
hype 'em up.
remind them how
I'm
much
here
we
for
hate
it.
Furman.
That's right. That's
Could
right.
we fly him in from Finland? Is that possible?
It is. They have airplanes, Grant. All right, let's pivot over on the women's side because the women also got a terrible, terrible draw. So, tale of two seasons for the girls. First half of the conference season, probably worst stretch of Samford basketball we've ever seen. Second half of the season, so much better. We only, despite starting like 1-7 or 1-6 in conference play, we only got swept by 2 of the teams. We ended up winning or tying up the season series against pretty much every team. The problem is the teams we got swept by are on our side of the bracket, starting with Wofford, the 3 seed. So we finished as the 6 seed. We're playing Wofford, who beat us by 24 points the first time. I can't remember how much the second time. And then ETSU, who also walloped us the first time. Don't remember the second time. And that is just so unfortunate because if we had just finished 5th or even 8th, I mean, we split the season against UTC, who's the number 1 seed. You would feel like there's more hope. But by the way the girls have been playing of late, there's way more hope than at the beginning. But my gosh, guys, it cannot have been a worse draw on paper.
Yeah, it's just a young team. The offense wasn't there on Saturday. ETSU, they had trouble scoring. They had like 4 points in the third quarter. Like they just couldn't get any offense kind of going. But yeah, that's what happens when you got a young team. But I mean, yeah, tough sledding for playing Wofford. The first game was ugly. Second game was close on the road. You have been playing much like the men. You don't have as many wins, but they have been playing better over the last month or so. So we'll see what can kind of happen Saturday, or Wednesday. Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, Brianna Rivera had 14 points against Wofford in the latest game, but then Kaylee Garborough, our second leading scorer, only had 3. So if you're looking for bright spots, right? If you're looking for a little bit of hope, it's that there was a lot left on the court in the second Wofford game. That if they can find the offense, we can win. I mean, I just am amazed, guys, by the turnaround. Like, it's kind of shocking. I mean, listen, like, they start off conference play only, right? They start off a loss to UNCG, a win against Western, then a loss to Mercer, loss to Wofford, loss to Furman, loss to ETSU, loss to UTC. It's February 1st, and we have one conference win that began January 8th. That's a tough start. But then we go win against Western, win against UNCG, win against Mercer, win against Furman. 4 straight wins. Lost to Wofford, beat UTC, and then dropped a tight one to ETSU where offense was scarce, 46-39 to end the season. But I feel like we could win. I feel like we could win. Beating UTC, the 1 seed, gives us hope because that's the thing. Like in softball and in women's basketball, it seems like the 1 seed has just been an absolute wagon. But the fact that we beat the 1 seed this year makes you think that the team is capable of showing up and knocking off at least 1 win, if not 2, in the tournament. We'll see.
Yeah, we need to go back through how I know on the men's side they had the 1 seed won consecutively for a while. I assume the women's kind of the same side. I remember John maybe I tweeted that earlier about the men's side. But yeah, the 1 seed is basically, other than the men last year, Wofford being the 6th, the 1 seed's been obviously the one winning it.
Yeah, and there was some caveat with the men's. Back when we had divisions, there was some caveat there.
Good call. Yep.
But I can't remember what that was. So that obviously would have been in play for the women's side too. But yeah, women's start Thursday, 3:30 afternoon. We're the third game of the tournament, and then the winner will play ETSU UNCG. So if we can get past Wofford, which is a big if, we got swept by ETSU. Neither game was terrible. So the first one we lost 53-44, and then the last one I just said 46-39. If UNCG can knock them off, we fared a little bit better against them, knocking them off 68-64 at home, and then losing on the road by 9. So a little bit better. We'll see. I just am shocked by the turnaround. It's kind of awesome. Gives you hope if we can retain this young talent, because Brianna's a freshman or sophomore, and then Kaylee's a freshman. So would be nice. Something building, maybe.
Already thinking about next year?
Always. I'm always thinking about next year. Like, unless we're the 1 seed, Mike, let's be real. We're usually thinking about what could be next year.
Always
with
fun.
This men's basketball team, it's like
always fun to end the season on a high with a new coach like this. Gives you something to look forward to.
Yeah. The men's side is a little different. Now that I think about that, because I don't know, there's not a lot of eligibility out of our starters that would be able to return.
Yeah, but if Dylan Faulkner comes
last
back
year,
and Diggy comes back, you don't think it's gonna happen?
I think Diggy can come back. I think Faulkner's gonna get paid. I think.
But if he comes back, that's a solid foundation.
Correct. Maybe we get Allensbach back. Little boomerang.
He's going all the way, man. He's gonna be playing for Duke next year.
Chill.
Yeah, he's balling. Right?
How is Lucas Walls doing?
So.
It's fine, not
Does he
great.
Want to come back? Maybe he should come back.
Yeah, he'd be a good fit actually. Now that you bring that up,
surely Radford is just a terrible place.
Kincaid are kind of the same player, but
probably not. Virginia is an awesome state. I find it hard to believe there's a bad spot in that state.
Okay, Virginia is a very big state.
It is sneaky.
Lucas has been starting ever since Thanksgiving, so got that going for him.
Okay. Boys, any other comments on the men's and women's tournament before we shift a little over to softball, baseball?
Grant, you'll be there, right? In Nashville?
Yes, I'll be there.
And Jeb's maybe going, so he says?
So he says.
Yeah, I'll get in Friday at night, and then I'll probably just hang around since Samford will be the third game of the day. Yeah, the hotel's like 10 minutes from the arena, so it's easy.
Will your brother be
back
there?
And forth, obviously. I don't think so. No.
Dang, you could have just stayed with him for free.
Yeah. I'll put my hotel on the company card, Sam. If you could get that out for me, that'd be great.
You got it. You got it. I'm sure.
I'll have that expense. Yeah, I'll have that expense report ready for you. Yeah.
I'm sure Charlie thinks that we have a legitimate business operation going here. If he thinks we can provide daily updates on the football team.
And mileage too. If you can cover the mileage too, that'd be great.
Well, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Anything
how far do? Thank you, appreciate that. Big J needs some funding behind him. Yeah.
Your per diem's $500 a day. Is that enough?
That I think I can make that work. Yeah, thanks.
Just don't put it all on VMI when you're at Harris, okay?
We'll be in a legal state. Shout out FanDuel there. But how far do we go on both sides? Y'all think?
I think we pull on the women's side. I think we pull the upset and then lose to ETSU. And on the men's side, I think we lose to Furman. I think we're one and done.
I think we make the championship on the men's side.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm calling it.
Playing ETSU?
Yeah.
Really? You think it's going to be chalk on that half?
I think I just think that we're going to beat Furman. I don't know. Lenny's too good of a coach to lose the same team that plays the same style as him 3 times in one season.
That's a good point.
A mediocre team.
Now, Mike, that is a point.
Lenny, if you're really that good,
because that's the thing. If we beat them,
prove it.
If we beat them, we're rolling.
Yeah,
like, this feels like
I don't know about that. Like, I still don't trust. I don't trust us to be consistent enough for 3 games to
Fair.
roll. But I do think we beat Furman, and then we got Wofford after that, or
presumably.
Yeah, presumably Wofford, and I think that's easy.
I mean, that's the thing. You fall into the trap. But then on the flip side of that, Furman's really not that great of a team. So just because we beat them, and that feels like a big accomplishment for us, really might not mean anything in the grand scheme of things. So if we don't go 1 and done, I think we may go 2 and done. But I think Mercer, I think ETSU is going to fall. They're the weakest conference champion in the past few years that we've had. I don't think Western can do it, but I think Mercer might.
Who was the conference champion last year? I don't even remember.
They have such an easy side of the bracket.
Yeah, Mercer does have the offense. It was Furman and Wofford last year in the final.
No, who won the regular season? Who was the 1 seed? Chat?
Wofford was the 6th seed.
Yeah, because Wofford made the run, but was it Chat? Because they had Bonham and...
Oh, had to be, because they went to the NIT.
Yeah, that's right. Chattanooga, Chat 1, UNCG 2, then Samford 3.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah.
I think, like, Mercer has skewed, like, the past few years have been so tough for that team.
4 seed.
Our bias is skewed against them. But this Mercer team is so much different than the past few Mercer teams.
Yeah, a new coach will do that.
Yeah, if I were to pick... Correct, Mike.
Yeah.
Grant, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, I do kind of like the winner of Western Mercer kind of taking on ETSU. Western's done it twice this year already. Mercer's got the offense to do it. So I do like that kind of. And I think we beat Furman. I think we couldn't stop Kamari Holmes last time. We just got to stop him from flopping all over the place like a European soccer player.
There's a guy on all these teams that we couldn't stop. So
yeah. But if he gets his and you stop everybody else, you have a chance.
Preach.
That's how it kind of works. But yeah, I think we beat Furman, and then I think we go 2 and done. I think Wofford has a little bit more firepower if Jaden is doing Jaden Booth type things, which he obviously could be. Could be Samford kind of hasn't had an offensive killer like that in a while. A guy that can just go get his and get hot at any time. So
the ceiling is the championship. I agree. I'm just betting on the floor because we played so well. It's almost like it has to come to an end.
Well, that happens every year. I mean,
like we're 7 and
aside from the year that we won it all, the year before that we lost to Chattanooga, got upset against Chattanooga, and then last year lost to Furman. I think. Yeah. It does seem like we always kind of come in and leave early.
But Lenny, he won his conference tournament last season. He knows how to get the boys ready. I love the point about not losing to a team 3 times in one season. I like that. I'm gonna hold on to that. That gives me way more hope. Because to your point, Grant, we also have someone who can do anything he wants to do, and that's boot.
Until somebody guards him.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, chill.
There are multiple times where Jones for UNCG is standing there trying to get Tess with his hand up, and the 3 goes in. He's just over there freaking out, slams his face on the bench. Like, oh my god, can you guys not give him any space? It was pretty funny just watching him.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
This guy watching Jaden score 40. Yeah, can you get the Norris brothers? Keaton's been in double figure 6 the last 8 games. He's finally shot a little more. What can you get from those guys? If you can get your 18 from Jaden, your 20 from Dylan, and then which one of those? Either Norris brothers or maybe Cam Martin gets hot in the corner. Who knows? But
yeah, that's a great point. Keaton's been playing a lot better since he kind of got out of that shooting slump. So if he can just play decent, maybe hit 2 threes and maybe get 10 points, like that's huge for us.
Yeah, the supporting cast has to show up if Samford wants to, in fact, even get to the title game and then win it. You got to have other guys, like 5, 6 guys. Obviously, Jaden can't score 40 every game, but he could. Like, who knows? But
he could. So we'll see. All right, boys. Switching over to baseball, softball. Baseball won the series against Bowling Green. We got a little nervous. Dropped the first game 1-7. But basically had 2 bullpen games on Saturday and Sunday. Won 7-4 and 11-2. We have Auburn in the midweek on Tuesday, so after this is released, it's at Auburn, who's currently 7th in the nation. I don't think that's. I'm not sure how accurate that is because I'm pretty sure Auburn had a slow start to baseball, but maybe they picked it back up. I'm not sure. But after that, we have a pretty fun series, 4-game series against Kennesaw State at Kennesaw, and that should be a decent, a little bit elevated competition than Bowling Green, probably on par with us or a little bit better. Because here's the deal: the guys gotta get some more confidence at the plate because the first part of this non-conference season has not gone too well, and we need all the confidence in the world heading into conference play. And we only have 2 more series, Kennesaw State and Little Rock, before we kick it off against Western on the road in Colway. So baseball's got to get into gear, and then softball. Grant, I'll let you take this because we were in Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah,
for
some lessons
5 games.
learned flying all the way to Eugene, Oregon.
Lessons learned.
Playing some games, went 1-4 in those games, beat Idaho State 8-0, but struggled in their remaining games. Lost to Stetson in the opener, that classic 4-1. Yet, I mean, just not a whole lot you can take from that. You just go play your games. Still kind of check Oregon gives you for coming out there, and
That's
and
right.
it's all about just building experience. These are all practice games until you get to Mercer on the 21st of March.
How frustrating to fly all the way to Oregon just to lose to Stetson.
Sucks.
Could have done that in Birmingham.
Yeah, in a game you could have had at home. Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, so they got West Georgia in the midweek when this drops, and then they're in Mobile this weekend. They play New Mexico, South Alabama twice, Mississippi State, and then New Mexico again before they're back.
Yeah, not an
March 10th,
easy MTE. This they have a tough non-conference schedule, much tougher than the baseball team. Although ours was pretty tough too. But this is almost insane. I mean, we have a top 25 team. Feels like at least every week or every other week that we have to play. Now Mississippi State, they're the SEC team in the next MTE. They are not ranked. But still, no rest for the weary because we got Bama right after that. Girls got to kick it into gear. Hey, at least when we get to conference play, we're going to be feeling. I mean, we're not going to see any teams better than what we've seen so far. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's kind of the hope. Same with baseball. It's like, let's just get to conference play, then we'll figure it out when we get there.
I mean, yeah, that's how it always works. Baseball, I'm not worried about. Tennis, boys, swept Wofford to open up conference play 7-0. 7-0. So let's see. This season we are 7-5. Coming off going into the Wofford game, we had lost to UAB back on February 25th. That feels like I keep forgetting February only has 28 days. I was like, that feels like a long time in between, but that was just Wednesday to Sunday. And then we play UNCG at UNCG on Saturday. And then we stay on the bus as we go to Charleston, from Greensboro to Charleston to play the Citadel on Monday, March 9th. So, hot start for the tennis team. Looks like we're going to be all right. Looks like the good times are going to continue to roll for this tennis squad. And then, Mike, let's wrap it up with kind of the headline. I mean, other than the SoCon basketball or SoCon brackets coming out, the headline for Samford Sports, unsurprisingly, this past week was Bradley Franklin and the track team.
Yeah, Bradley, actually, I don't have the stats in front of me, but he won the 60-meter hurdle as well as the 60-meter dash, I believe. Was ranked first in the country in the 60-meter hurdle, which is insane when you watch the video. Like, he looked like he was 5-10 meters ahead of the second place guy, which is really impressive for a 60-meter race.
Yes. It's insane.
So I'm assuming he's heading to nationals. I don't know where nationals are this year.
Yeah, I don't know. In that article, Mike, where it says, he's the number one time in America, is that like basketball, like the SoCon tournament is this week, the Power Conferences tournaments are the following week. Is that the number one time, like going into the conference championships? Like, do we know? Like, what does that really mean? Number one in the country? Is he the fastest 60-meter hurdler in the country at the moment? Because if so, that's amazing.
Yeah. So his time, I think.
Or is it just until everyone else runs?
That's a great question.
You see what I'm saying? Like, the way it's worded was a little confusing because I just don't know that much about track and the timing of everything. Also, yeah, he was like he could have done two more, like another hurdle or two, and the other guys could have kept sprinting, and he still would have won.
Yeah, I don't know. It just says his time is ranked 1 in Division 1 right now, and he broke a record, but it also doesn't say what record. I don't know if it's a Samford record or a SoCon record, but he broke a record.
Broke a record. 7th straight win for the indoor team.
11th for the females. So both teams are rolling right now.
Dang. Some real dogs. I thought it was 7 for Samford. I didn't realize it was men's. So women's got 11 straight.
11 straight indoor wins for the women.
That's on par with the soccer team. We got some absolute wagons.
I think that's
on the women's side of
that's
things.
better than soccer team. I think maybe indoor track is where our money should go.
Yeah, 11 straight. 11 straight is absurd. I don't disagree. Look, I think we double down on the winners. Everyone likes to watch a winner, no matter what the sport is. I mean, look how Canada's rallied around their curling team, even though they cheat.
Yeah,
that's got to be one of the lamer sports.
Definitely not their hockey team.
Definitely not their hockey team.
Shout out Jack Hughes. On the women's side, Dorsey Parker won the high jump. Alea Bendo won the 60-meter hurdle. She ran an 8.44, extending Sanford's 3-year streak in the event. And then Jess Edwards snapped Furman's 6-year run in the women's 800, winning in 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
Oh, say her name again, Grant.
Jess Edwards.
Jess Edwards snapping the Furman streak. Dog, let's go.
How long do you think it would take us to run the 60-meter hurdles?
Wait, did you say hurdles?
The hurdles. I think it would take me.
Can I crawl under them?
I think if you give me the women's.
Do I have to go over?
Women's hurdles, it would take me 20 seconds.
I don't know if I could get over the hurdle.
That's why I said 20. You could kick them down.
like you're stepping. I'm stepping over them.
Franklin set a conference record in the 60-meter dash, placing him among the top 40 nationally.
Okay.
In 60-meter.
Less impressive than the Samford article makes it sound.
Does he want to play football?
His brother's playing football, so he can join the team. Why not?
Hey, little jet sweep action? Feel like that might be successful.
Yeah, I would not want to do the hurdles. I don't even know how long it would take me to do the hurdles.
Hey, Coach Gross, if you're listening, can we not do a wide receiver screen every other play? We can sprinkle them, but not every other play. How about that?
No more bubble screens. That's unfortunate. I hate to see.
No more bubbles to the boundary with press coverage.
Won't see another one. You hit the wrong button in EA, and that gets picked off. Pick 6 the other way.
If you hit the wrong button in real life, and it gets picked off going the other way. Shout out John Mateer. All right, boys. Got the wagon continuing to roll in an indoor track. Hopefully they continue the momentum into the outdoor season. Assuming, God, this sounds so ignorant. Assuming that's a spring sport. I forget every year, so I'm sorry. And then we got basketball. My easily favorite conference tournament to watch is the SoCon basketball tournament. Right up there is baseball, but the basketball one, when we're competitive, is super fun to watch. And that's what we got. It's here. March is here, boys. It is here. And Miami of Ohio is still really good. Shout out to the Red Hawks.
Yeah, I just don't want to go one and done again. I just don't want to drive up Friday, see the game Saturday, and leave Sunday. I'd like to, stay an extra day or two.
I hear you.
It's easier on the wallet, but I mean, you don't feel.
I was about to say
you can take those savings to Harrah's on your way home and try to make your money back.
Retire.
Yeah, I put it all on Furman after they beat us in the game. But Lenny was named a finalist for the 2026 Skip Prosser Man of the Year Award, but coaches presented annually to the D1 coach who wins with integrity on and off the court. So shout out to Lenny being in finalist for that one. So
nice. That's very Samford.
That's a dub for the administration.
Yeah.
Picking a culture guy. Dub. Who also wins. Dub.
So footballs need to follow the same path. Let's try that.
I think we are. Oh, before we hop off,
You guys
Athlete Moves. Got to shout out Athlete Moves. So a couple football players have a moving company. Help me unload our moving truck into our garage in Birmingham. Very hardworking. Fun to have around on moving day. So if you have any moving needs, Athletes Move or Athlete Moves, we'll tweet it out. I told them they need to work on the name a little bit, but Athlete Moves. It's never too late. You can always rebrand. Look at what Samford did.
Athletes Move on Instagram. Athletes.move on Instagram. There you go.
There we go. We'll tweet out the information. Solid guys, decent price. And they're Samford football players, so you can get whatever scoop you want. Maybe Charlie Kahn needs to move some furniture around, and he can ask them whatever he wants to know. So, with that, State of the Bulldogs is out. Mike, let's all hope your prediction comes true. SoCon champs.
Feeling good about
in the future for our Bulldogs. We shall see. Jaden Booth, it's kind of in your hands, brother. All right, State of the Bulldogs is out.